Hi everybody, this video is to talk about Canvas notifications, which is a way to connect your personal email and your phone to Canvas. All types of messages coming from Canvas. I'm going to do a really quick summary of the video and I'm going to talk about things in detail. What I'm going to say is this. Here's how to get to Canvas notifications. You click on your account top left, you go to settings, you click here to add an email address, and it's really good to add an email address that you're going to be checking regularly. So it can be a personal email like jimmy@hotmail.com or whatever you got. And you can add multiple emails if you like. And you can also click on add contact method and put in a phone number, right? And register so that you get text messages from Canvas. So that's how to add email addresses, or in fact change email addresses. And you can set an email as default by clicking on the star, right? And then notifications. A summary of this video is this. I'm going to suggest that number one, you select submission comments. That's the most important thing, because that and then you think about conversations, which is the Canvas inbox. That would be my next suggestion. After that, think about announcements, and then perhaps grading, and that's all. That's my video. Now I'll go into talk about this in detail. Okay, so here's the detail. So first, we want two things. We want you to be connected and engaged and a successful student. But getting, you might get too many emails with this thing here. So you got to be careful you don't get a whole bunch of spam, 30, 40, 50 emails every day. And then there's something really important in there that you don't read because you got so many emails. So my suggestion is you start by turning everything off and then carefully select the options you want, right? So let's start with turning everything off and then think, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a successful student, and that means I'm going to actually log into Canvas every day. I'm going to get my work done, talk to my instructor, see what's due, right? So what you're going to do, the best thing of all, is to just log into Canvas every day, click on inbox, look, see how I have 5 unread messages. I can click on there, I can read my messages and respond, and then I can go to calendar and I can see what's due, right? Right? So, and this is the best way to check my due dates. Just go to the Canvas calendar, right? So I don't need an email because I'm logging in every day and I can see what's due, what's coming up, right? And then I'm also getting my work done, obviously, in the class, right? And the announcements are right here. And I've checked by the announcements. Are there any new announcements? So being a successful student, you know, what we want you to do is go to Grays Harbor College every day. So if you're an on-campus student, that means go to the classroom every day, talk to your instructor, get your work done, check what's due, ask questions, right? And if you're an online student, that means go on Canvas every day, check your inbox, check your calendar, get your work done, check the announcements, and so on, right? So the Canvas notifications are really a backup to help us engage you in case you're forgetting that you have an online class or whatever, right? So with that in mind, let's start with no notifications at all, and let's start adding them in by order of importance. So my personal opinion is I think submission comments are probably the most important thing, because that's a comment on your specific assignment from your actual instructor. You don't want to miss that, all right? Now that will pop up on Canvas anyway when you log in. So so you don't even need this, but just that might be nice to get an email reminder. Next is, I would like you all to just use the inbox. Just check if there's new messages there and respond there. But if you want, you could The inbox conversations, that's the same thing. Okay. So if you want, you could get notifications right away for being added to a conversation, um, or if there's a message sent directly to you, you could get it sent to your email here, or to your phone as well. And if you send a message, you could get that linked up with your email as well if you want to. Um, so those would be maybe top two. Uh, Announcements might be a good idea. I mean, if your instructors send you an announcement, maybe you do want to get an email just to remind you, oh, there's an announcement for that class. Okay, so now we've got three. I mean, that might be enough, right? But just play it as you see it. I mean, if you're getting too many emails, cut back on these notifications. If you're not getting enough, you could add them in. So keep adjusting it. And every instructor is different, right? So there might be some classes where it would be good to have notifications for discussions, but other classes it may be terrible because there might be, I don't know, 100 discussion posts every day, and you don't want to get 100 emails when you can just go on to Canvas and check discussions on Canvas anyway, right? So it might be kind of silly to have discussions. It kind of depends on the class. So just keep, checking to see what's best. Maybe grading. So if you get an assignment graded, maybe you want to get an email about that or a text message. I don't know. But some of this other stuff, absolutely not. Like course content, are you kidding me? Every time I adjust a page, you all get an email. That's spam in my opinion. Due dates are kind of scary because you might think, oh, I need the due date email to me. But the problem is well, like if I give you all 1 day extension, I have to change 30 quizzes to be a different day. And so now you've got 30 emails for all those quizzes that have a different due date. So, but maybe there is a class where that's a good idea to notify immediately. Or maybe a daily summary is what you want. Just a daily summary of what's due. That could be kind of cool. Do you want a text message of due dates? I don't know about that. Not in my class, that's for sure. Or maybe a weekly summary. It depends on the class, right? So, but anyway, there's some suggestions of how to navigate Canvas notifications. But let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you all. What did you choose? What worked as the course goes by? What gave you just a whole bunch of spam and then you went back in here and you changed it, right? So I hope that helps and best of luck.